Okay, item 4 of the eBay challenge. This time it's a Samsung DVD player. Actually, it may be a DVD recorder that's faulty. Okay. Okay. That's about all I can say. It's an old Samsung DVD recorder. A DVD R155. No idea what's wrong with it. Remember changing RAM assembly drives, because Panasonic and Samsung, the one thing they shared in common is the fact that they used RAM. In fact, it may say RAM on here somewhere. Oh, look, it says it there. So it says RAM. I mean, this is not a Freeview one. I don't... Something rattling around inside. Oh, there's HDMI out. So this could be a Freeview tuner. Could be. I don't know. It's dead. Am I plugged in and switched on? Oh, maybe I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm plugged in. I'm switched on. Nothing's happening. And something was rattling around inside. Which is never a good sign. Never a good sign. Unless it's the top of a blue cap. Blue cap and fuse. In saying that, I was a massive fan of DVD recorders, but I was a Panasonic man. And still am a Panasonic man. Right. Oh, glasses. If it sounds like I've got a cold, I haven't got a cold. I've got an allergy to chocolate. I know. Does it stop me eating chocolate? Don't be silly. It's not a real allergy. I've just made it up. But the first bar of chocolate of the day, or if I have a sweet, the first one of the day, anything that's got cocoa in will send me into a sneezing fit. At least half a dozen sneezes, maybe more. I get very theatrical with it. And then nothing happens for the rest of the day. It's just the first one. The foos. The foos is okay. Okay, well, let's get the board out and put some new caps in and see if that does anything exciting. Take the front off first and hope that the front comes off without any hassle. 6 silly clips. Took ages. Ridiculous. You could, of course, try and replace those 2 caps just by pulling them up, but I wouldn't recommend it. How many screws we're going to be looking at for this? 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be some on the back. Just check they're all the same size, and they are, so that should be getting ready to lift up. I imagine this will come out separately. One long screw in the middle. Actually, it's not that long. There's got to be more screws on the back. There can't be just those 2. What? There we go, bored out. At the moment I can see problems with those two. They're the obvious ones. And sometimes it is just the obvious ones. So there's a good chance that those are on the 5-volt rail. I'm not going to look at the schematic to see. And that's probably why it's not powering up. Let's take them out. There, and there. Oh, sorry, you can't see. There, and there. I've zoomed in, so the picture quality is probably not looking too great, but that's one out. Why didn't I dab this with solder at the same time? Oh, I made a mess. This wick I'm using is absolutely useless. It's gone completely dry. There's no flux in it at all. I may have to add some flux in a second. There we go. Right, 1000 at 10 volts. What's the chances of finding those? Well, I'll be honest with you. The 1000s are the most common, and I don't think I've had any in stock for years. Didn't really want to take them off an old board, but I almost had to do that. Almost had to do that. am I doing? I'm looking for a figure of 8. When of course I need to plug it in here. Well, it's making some noises now. And it says load. Oh, look, we get a little blue light. I do like blue lights. I'm not keen on red lights, but blue lights, yeah, very good. Open, close. Open. That may be too much to ask. Oh no. Why am I in the dark? I can't believe this is a Freeview machine. It's got HDMI, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's Freeview, even though I class them as being quite close together in terms of technology. Does that make sense to anybody? That's a Blu-ray. You ain't going to get anywhere with that, unless it's got a... It is just a Blu-ray, okay. Time for Old Faithful. Sorry, when I say Old Faithful, I mean da, 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 da. Oh dear. Could it be a bad disc? I mean, does it really matter? Am I going to use it? Just a bad disc. Jolly good. I'm interested in the RAMs. I'm trying to think. I've been trying to think for a long time now. I'm trying to think if it takes the RAMs with the cartridges. So I've got a RAM in a cartridge and a RAM without a cartridge. Without a cartridge first. It's not really making what I would call a healthy noise. No. Oh no, it was the other side. It's not going to read that, and that's the wrong side. Well, unless it's... No, these aren't dual side. I don't think. Is this a Panasonic? Oh, I don't know now. Let's try both of them. There might not be anything to read on that side. Sometimes with RAMs you couldn't tell. Well, you could under a microscope, but no, that's not going to do anything. It's going to chuck it out, innit? Told you. Seems to be reading it. Were these machines always this slow? Have we just got used to faster technology? Oh, that was stop. I didn't want stop, I wanted play. Oh, it is playing. It says RAM. There is something on there, I don't know what it is, but there is something on there. Pause. Play. So if I press stop, would it record? It possibly is recording. I haven't got it connected to anything on screen to see. Do you think that's recording something? It is probably saying something on screen, but I don't know what. Anyway, we'll stop. Because that was far too exciting. But, oh, it's definitely not going to take the things. Okay, well. It's working again. That's the main thing. I will hook it up to a machine. Because, as I said earlier, I was more of a Panasonic guy. I don't really know much about these Samsungs, but I found a little bit about it here. Obviously, it isn't a built-in Freeview digital machine. This is back from the analog days, so it is technically that old. And I've just stuck a HDMI in it and stuck it into one of my panels here. And one of the big complaints about this machine, when it was new and working, is it took ages to load, and it was very fussy about discs. In other words, you could have a 10-pack of brand new Samsung discs, but only 2 or 3 of them would work. And so far, well, I'm getting better results. I think I'm getting probably 8 out of 10 that I've tested to do a recording. I'm not having much luck with the RAMs, though. Some of them work, some of them don't, unfortunately. That little annoying thing in the top right-hand corner just keeps spinning around, but it does eventually find something. This is the Seinfeld pre-record DVD, so you'd expect it to find that anyway, wouldn't you? The RAM discs I'm not having so much luck with. A couple of them work, but most of them just have this annoying kind of loading logo, top right-hand side. So nothing really wants to work there. I found a box of blank, I've got oodles and oodles of blank DVDs. I've got a funny feeling this was called a multi-recorder, which means it should write on both minus and plus, and the rewritables, as well as the RAMs. I'm not having that much luck with RAMs, but I'm sticking cheap RAMs in at the moment, all my nice Panasonic ones, some which have been given to me recently. They're down at the other unit. But the blank DVD-Rs say this: do you want to initialize this disc? Well, the answer is yes. But it needs a remote control to say yes. And I ain't got a remote control.
So this is as far as we go, but it looks like a couple of basic caps. Fired it back up. I will have a play with the machine. I can't remember now, and now I'm doing a voiceover, if it had a built-in hard drive. It didn't, did it? Not this one. So it is just a basic machine, but sometimes they come in handy. But I will check my box of remote controls to see if I find see if I can find one. Somebody did donate a Samsung DVD player remote control. I wonder if that will get me past this stage anyway, because it'd be interesting. I'd like to make a copy of a disc and just to see how it works, seeing I've taken an hour out of my day to get it working anyway. But it now is working, just a dead power supply, and it's up and running again. Whether it's really worth investing in getting a remote control, they seem to be about £8 on eBay. £8 UK. That's a lot of money. I might give that a miss. I'm trying to see if the Samsung remote control here that does have DVD functions on it does anything with it, but it doesn't. Anyway, it's up and running. It's working. Thank you for watching.